in a big niche world.
My gear. We'll be taking these back.
Over here, stranger.
Who's that?
Let's do some business. Welcome. I got something new for you. That cash in your pocket all your life. Wish your enemies sweet dreams from afar. With a bullet straight through their heads. Come back anytime. Phew.
No good. Copy that. Making my way to the church. Condor 1. Ah.
have some new goods that might interest. Welcome. I've got something new for you, mate. Where you gonna put this? Your pocket? Will you need cash, but you need funds to buy that way. Got a selection of good things on sale, stranger. See how that feels, mate? Better like yourself should notice the difference right away. Try that on for size. Wield it. What can I do you for? This ain't a charity. Oh, my back is killing me. Come back anytime. Welcome. Church. Thunder one to roost. The church is sealed up.
And Baby Eagle?
Negative. Nothing yet. But they sure do have this place locked up tight.
I see. I can think of the reason they'd want to do so.
Oh, she's here. That's for sure. I'll find a way in. surprises.
What's up guys, it's Smith here from GamersHeroes.com and today I've got a very quick guide for you in Resident Evil 4 Remake on how to get back to the church after you've got the church key. Now most people aren't going to struggle with this. I've got a terrible sense of direction, I can get lost in a corridor, so if you're struggling I should be able to help you out here. This is after you've got the boat, you get the church key. I originally went down here trying to get a quick passage up there. You can't get there from here. I also went all the way up around to the north through the other village, so there's dead end there. None of these are necessary, complete waste of time. All you've got to do is head back to this location while you're on the boat. Jump up.
Still looking for whatever key I need.
Copy that. I'm glad you're okay. Where's that?
Hi, this is Luke of the Gamer, and I'm going to guide you through Chapter 3 of the Resident Evil 4 Remake.
Chapter 3 in the Resident Evil 4 remake pits Leon against bigger, tougher monsters. In particular, ferocious animals empowered by the cultist's mysterious benefactor. There's a lot of combat in this chapter, so stay sharp and keep an eye on your ammo as you explore areas and revisit old ones. If you're having trouble with the many fights between the village chief's house and the lake, this guide has everything you need to come out on top. So are you ready to face the Lord of the Lake? So Chapter 3 begins exactly where Chapter 2 ended, in that very same room. You'll start off with a brief conversation with Hunnigan about Louise Serra, and then give the room another sweep just to make sure you've picked everything up. You might also find this lever behind the painting that opens a hole in the roof with a ladder, but you still can't get up there, so we'll come back to that later. When you head downstairs, just make sure to give that area another sweep as well, because there's a small key hiding in the corner that you'll definitely want to pick up. After that, head out of the front doors of the building and you'll hear a noise. Then head around the right as if you were going to the back door again, and you'll find a poor dog caught in a bear trap. You can walk up and let him out, and I'd highly recommend you do this, because it will come in useful later. After that, turn around and head through the gate in front of you, and this will eventually lead you back to the village, but as you move through the village, move carefully, because this happens. After that, some dogs will pop up and attempt to attack you, so put them down quickly and keep an eye on them, because they can mutate in the same way that villagers do and require a knife finisher when they're on the ground. Once you've cleared them out, go and check this building to the left again. You might remember it from the first chapter because it's the one that has a villager hiding in a cupboard waiting to jump out on you. If you picked up the small key in the chief's house, you can use it to open this locked drawer. Open it up and you'll get a vintage compass from it, which you can sell to the trader for a nice bit of money. Go through this house on the right, it will be padlocked, so you'll need to break that lock first, but do not rush through the door, because they've rigged it with an explosive trap now. So disable that and head to the room in the back, but move slowly, because a villager will be waiting for you, and another one will jump through the window. Once you've dealt with them, head towards the main town hall, but instead of going straight in, go around to the left. There might be a villager there, but you can quickly stealth kill them. And then if you look at the back, you can find a chest with a treasure in it. This time around, it's an ornate necklace, which can have multiple gemstones slotted into it. And also, there's a well behind you, and if you drop down here, you can find a few more barrels to smash for some supplies. Other than that, if you're happy you've done everything you can in the area, it's time to head through the town hall. Use the insignia key to unlock the front door and head on in. There's nothing huge in here, but at the back of the room before the exit, there is a case for a first aid spray, and there's a couple of drawers throughout the room that might have some useful supplies in them. Head out the back door and look, it's our old friend the merchant. Go and talk to him, and if you haven't bought it already, he'll offer you 20% off the bolt thrower, so now would be the best time to pick it up. After you're done dealing with the merchant, there's a couple of barrels nearby to smash, and there's also a request on the wall, this time asking you to sell 3 vipers to the merchant. Otherwise, proceed up the pathway and eventually you'll find the church with a huge graveyard in front of it. Take a step around to your right for this little shack, and when you go inside, there'll be an unaware enemy inside who you can quickly stealth kill. There's another enemy in the graveyard digging up the ground who also can be quickly stealth killed. After you've killed him, take a step back and look for these 2 gravestones that are right next to each other. Shoot out the logos in the centre to complete a request that you haven't found yet. And then, if you go back around to the house where you killed the first enemy and look up towards the trees, you can find a gemstone hanging above. Proceed onwards to the church and another cutscene will play in which you'll see that it's locked up tight and clearly requires something to open the gate. You'll call Hunnigan to discuss this, and then head to your right. There's a small gap between a locked gate and the church, and you can head. First of all, head all the way to the end of this little corridor, and you'll find a treasure chest with an elegant headdress in it. Sell for some money. You can also find this ladder to the left, and you'll find a flash grenade up here. But as you see, my inventory was a little cramped, so I had to make some space. Once you're done looting the area, there's a small room in the side of the church. In here you'll find a map of the lake, a picture of baby eagle, and a locked drawer that requires a small key. We'll come back to that later. There's also a typewriter in the corner of the room if you want to save your game. Next, interact with the trapdoor in the floor, open it up and drop down. Onto your left and proceed down that path, and you'll encounter some more villagers. The first of which will be stood on a roof and clear out all of these guys, and and then head into the building underneath that first villager you saw. There's a box in the corner, and when you smash it, there'll be a viper inside. So have your knife ready to kill it without taking any damage. Then climb on the roof of the building you were just in, and you'll notice some more villagers are approaching from behind. And there'll be another villager along the way who's going to start throwing Molotovs at you, so watch out for them. Then you can see down you might run into a few more villagers along the way until you come into a sort of rock tunnel. There's a box in the corner, and when you smash it, there'll be a viper inside. So have your knife ready to kill it without taking any damage. Then climb on the roof of the building you were just in, and you'll notice some more villagers are approaching from behind. And there'll be another villager along the way who's going to start throwing Molotovs at you, so watch out for them. Continue to proceed down this path, you might run into a few more villagers along the way until you come into a sort of rock tunnel. You should move slowly through here, because as you can see, I almost very nearly ran into an explosive trap. So shoot that or disarm it and continue onwards. Along the way, you'll find another notice for the second set of blue medallions in the game. Hanging above. Proceed onwards to the church and another cutscene will play in which you'll see that it's locked up tight and clearly requires something to open the gate. You'll call Hunnigan to discuss and then, to your right, there's a small gap between a locked gate and the church, and you can head up there. First of all, head all the way to the end of this little corridor, and you'll find a treasure chest with an elegant headdress in it. Now, you can also climb this ladder to the left, and you'll find a flash grenade up here. But as you see, my inventory was a little cracked, so I had to make some space. Once you're done looting the area, there's a small room in the side of the church. In here, you'll find a map of the lake, a baby eagle, and a locked drawer that requires a small key. We'll come back to that later. There's also a typewriter in the corner of the room if you want to save your game. Next, interact with the trapdoor in the floor and you can open it up and drop down. Exit the tunnel to your left and proceed down that path, and you'll encounter some more villagers. First of which will be still on a roof and throwing Molotovs at you. Clear out all of these guys, and then head into the building underneath that first villager you saw. There's a box in the corner, and when you smash it, there'll be a viper inside. So have your knife ready to kill it without taking any damage. Then climb on the roof of the building you were just in, and you'll notice some more villagers are approaching from behind. And there'll be another villager along the way who's going to start throwing Molotovs at you, so watch out for them. Continue to proceed down this path, you might run into a few more villagers along the way until you come into a sort of rock tunnel. You should move slowly through here, because as you can see, I almost very nearly ran into an explosive trap. So shoot that or disarm it and continue onwards. Along the way, you'll find another notice for the second set of blue medallions in the game, first of which can be found just ahead. When you move into this area, the first thing you're going to find is there's a couple of dogs that are going to attack you. So once you've dealt with them, pull out your rifle and look up to this structure, and you can see a blue medallion hanging off it. And just right next to it, there's a casket with another treasure in it, so shoot that as well. Continuing forward, you'll find another box on it, but we still can't open these, so don't worry. Boys, proceed up the pathway and eventually you'll find the church with a huge graveyard in front of it. Take a step around to your right for this little shack, and when you go inside there'll be an unaware enemy inside who you can quickly stealth kill. There's another in the graveyard digging up the ground who also can be killed. After you've killed him, take a step back and look at these two gravestones right next to each other. Shoot out the logos in the centre to complete a request if you haven't done yet. And then you go back around to the house where you killed the first enemy and towards the trees. You can find a gemstone hanging above. Proceed onwards to the church and another cutscene will see in which you'll see it's locked up tight and clearly requires something to open the gate. You'll call Hunnigan to discuss this and then head to your right. There's a small gap between a locked gate and the church and you can head up there. First of all, head all the way to the end of this little corridor and you'll find a treasure chest with an elegant headdress in it that you can sell. You can also climb the ladder to the left and you'll find a flash grenade up here. But as you can see, my inventory was a little cramped, so I had to make some space. Once you're done looting the area, there's a small room in the side of the church. Here you'll find a map of the lake, a picture, and a locked drawer brick with a small key. We'll come back to that later. There's also a typewriter in the corner of the room if you want to save your game. Interact with the door, you can open it up and drop down. Exit the tunnel to your left and proceed down that path, and you'll encounter some more villagers. First of which will be still on a roof and throwing Molotovs at you. clear out all of these guys, and then head into the building under that first look you saw. There's a box in the corner, and when you smash it, inside, you have your knife ready to kill it, can't take any damage. Then climb on the roof of the building you were just in, and you'll notice some more villagers are approaching from behind. And there'll be another villager along the way who's going to start throwing molotovs at you, so watch out for them. Continue to proceed down this path, you might run into villagers along the way, so you come into the sort of box. Slowly through here, as you can see, I almost very nearly ran into an explosive trap. So shoot that, disarm it, and continue onwards. Along the way, you'll find another notice for the second set of blue medallions in the game, which can be found just ahead. When you walk through into this area, the first thing you're going to find is a couple of dogs. So once you've dealt with them, back the rifle up to this structure, and you can see a blue medallion hanging off it. And just right next to it, there's a casket with another treasure in it, so shoot that as well. Continuing forward, you'll find another box with but we can't open these, so don't worry about it. Then you'll spot some purple flame. Follow that path, and it'll bring you into a room where you'll find the merchant again. And this time there's also an elevator nearby that you can use to go to the shooting range. More in-depth guide to the shooting range and what purpose it serves in the game, make sure you check out Jamie's guide on this that I'll link in the description. Once you're done with the merchant and the shooting range, if you turn around and check this treasure chest, you'll find a hexagon piece, which we can use for a later puzzle. As you look outside, you'll have the opportunity to spy on these villages in a boat with your binoculars, and spot something rather monstrous in the lake. Let's hope we don't have to deal with that thing. Anyway, when you drop down here, before running immediately to your left, go to your right, looking underneath the dot, and you can spot another blue medallion. This one's a little tricky to hit because I missed my first shot. Drop down and check the boat and you'll see that it's empty and it needs fuel. If you turn around and head up the dock, you can find where you use the hexagon piece, but you can see it's clearly still missing some pieces, so we'll come back to that one. There's a ladder to the left of the hexagon puzzle. Climb up that, head through a cave, and it'll bring you to this lovely except the floor collapses and you suddenly find trapped in it. When you proceed around the corner, you'll run into a brute enemy, so watch yourself and be careful around him, because a bunch more villagers will also show up to make your life difficult. Once you've cleared them out and you've got some space to breathe, take the little shack and find where you encountered the brute for a blue medallion. Then exit the shack and go left and watch for this crossbow wielding villager up high. You might want to take him out quickly. Then go to your right and past these two sort of access ways and you'll spot an enemy wielding a sickle. And then there's another blue medallion hanging just behind him. Turn around and head up this small key. We'll come back to that later. They'll kill. Take a step back and look for these two gravestones that are right next to each other. Shoot out the logos in the centre to complete a request that you haven't found yet. And then you go back around the game. Next, interact. Along the way, you'll find another notice for the second set, and just right next to it, there's a casket with another treasure in it, so shoot that. And this time, there's to your left, go to your it's fueled. It's lovely fishing that will show up to make your life more difficult. And watch out for an explosive pipe. Go back to the pitch you're on. First, finish that request you've got. Then you'll need, and you can spot everything we need out of this area. So head up this ladder and turn to your left. But watch out because there's another explosive trap along the way. And thankfully I actually managed to see this one instead of running straight into it like an idiot. Then you'll need to drop off this walkway that you're on and you'll see some more villagers enter the area. You don't need to actually kill all of these, just clear a path and then cross the bridge you saw them walking across. You can climb up another ladder and finally be able to leave the fishing village. Now you can head straight to the boat, refuel it and progress with the level, but it might be a good idea to head back to the merchant. You can pick up the rewards for completing the blue medallion request, and if you fancy like I did, you can sell them to complete that request as well. But it's probably not a bad idea to just go and say hi to the merchant before we move on to the next part of this level. So, with everything sorted and you're ready to go, head over and fuel up the boat, and then hop in, and it's time to take a nice calming ride into the middle of the lake. Or is it? A cutscene will trigger, and after that ends, it's time to fight the Lord of the Lake, otherwise known as Del Largo. Del Largo will pull your boat around the lake, attempting to smash you into debris floating in the water. So make sure to steer left and right to avoid collisions, while focusing on throwing harpoons at the monster to damage it. You have an infinite supply of harpoons, so don't worry about running out. And you can actually deal a lot of damage early in the fight by moving as far to the right as you can, and throwing harpoons at Del Largo's side, since he's much easier to hit from this angle than from behind. Occasionally, the Lord of the Lake will leap out of the water at you. If that happens, pull hard to either side to get out of the way, because this attack can't be stopped and deals heavy damage to the boat if it hits. When the monster dives deep, things will go quiet for a bit, but watch for swells in the water and listen for Del Largo to surface. He always resumes the battle by charging straight at the boat, but you can stop him with a harpoon to the face just before impact. If you miss and he catches the boat in his jaws, you need to rapidly press the action button to escape. The Lord of the Lake takes a lot of damage and grows increasingly frantic as his on the way until you come into opportunity to spy on these villages in the boat with your binoculars. The building you were just in, and you'll notice some more villagers are approaching from behind, and there'll be another villager along the way. And here, show up to make your, and then turn left and follow quite easily. After you go Vipers to the merch, at the logos in the centre to complete a route. And you can actually deal a lot of damage early. Got the rewards for completing the blue medallion request, and if you found some more Vipers like I did, you can sell them to complete that request as well. But it's probably not a bad idea to just go and say hi to the merchant before we move on to the next part of this level. So, with everything sorted and you're ready to go, head over and fuel up the boat, and then hop in. It's time to take a nice calming ride into the middle of the lake. Or is it? A cutscene will trigger and it ends. It's time to...
Well done, stranger. Now, you will fix one of these pieces into a treasure, and it will fetch a price higher than the sum of its parts. A deal well struck. Well, I can certainly do something with this. Pleasure. Don't get yourself killed.
Another ladder, and finally be able to leave the fishing village. Now you can head straight to the boat, refuel it, and progress with the level, but it might be a good idea to head back to the merchant. You can pick up the rewards medallion request, and if you found some more Vipers like I did, you can sell them to complete that request as well. But it's probably not a bad idea to just go and say hi to the merchant before we move on to the next part of this level. So, with everything sorted, ready to go, head over and fuel up the boat, and then hop in, and it's time to take a nice calming ride into the middle of the lake. Or is it? A cutscene will trigger, and after that ends, it's time to fight the Lord of the Lake, otherwise known as Del Largo. Del Largo will pull your boat, smash you with debris floating in the water, so make sure to steer left and right to avoid collisions, while focusing on throwing harpoons at the monster to